Yo, what is good? What is good, my peoples? Welcome back to another video. As you can see in the title, we're talking about that One Piece chapter 1050 and the very likely end of this epic battle. So, I hate that it came on so late. I'm a little bit late coming to the party, but I had to celebrate my mother's birthday. She turned the wonderful age of 70 and doing big things. You never would even imagine she's older than 50 if you saw her out and about, shucking and jiving, getting doing everything she wants to do, enjoying retirement as she should be, and all that good stuff. But I had to take care of Mom Dukes and show her what's up, give her a good time, take her to brunch, all that. But enough of that. Let's go ahead, and before we get into the actual chapter itself, make sure you hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell, and make sure you hit that like button, because we want to make sure that everyone gets a chance to see these wonderful videos about this awesome manga we call One Piece. um, you know all that helps the channel grow, the likes, the subs, and you hitting the notification bell lets you know when I post. So make sure you hit them on, man. Make sure we get to it, man. But again, let's get on to this chapter. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and say that this was an amazing battle. Well fought, everybody going crazy. But we start off with Kaido falling, and he's slowly reverting from his dragon form back to his human form. And of course, no words being said because he's kind of out of it, if he's even conscious. So he's falling, and then you know we get a chance to see him actually making a hole. Also, very close to the same place where Big Mom fell, which is kind of interesting that even though they got knocked down at separate times, they still have very similar, very close proximity holes that they bore into the ground in. However, either way, symbolism is that both him and her have been defeated. And to make sure that he doesn't share in this wonderful magma pool, we see Yamato rushing to Luffy's aid as he is falling as well, clearly gassed, has his eyes closed with the smoke coming off of his body, probably coming from where he's no longer using his haki, because usually when he stops using his haki, his body kind of steams and smokes. Um, on top of it, he just started using a new gear. But Yamato makes the grab. She safely catches him before he hits the ground, and then she smiles at him, all happy because one, he has made her dream come true. She is no longer under the tyranny of her father, who was holding her on Onigashima with the chains, because of course they had been removed quite some chapters ago. But the next thing that's probably going to come out of her mouth once everything is over is, "Can I join your crew?" And of course, Luffy is going to have no objections to that. So we are going to get introduced to member number 11, Yamato, which anyone and everyone knew that was going to come. So it is going to come, rather. So we might as well expect it. But then, we cut back down to the capital, where everybody is releasing their lanterns. You know, the festival's still going on, but it's kind of dying down. You know, the lantern ceremony is usually the last thing that they do in Japanese culture. Whenever they're having a big party, they send, especially if it's anyone who died in the last amount of time, they usually set off lanterns in remembrance of said members of the family or said warriors. So, you know, again, it's kind of dying down. People are setting off their lanterns, and then we cut to Tengu-san and Yasui, one of the previous daimyo's daughters, which I can never remember her name, but I always remember that she was always laughing because of the fact that she ate that manufactured smile devil fruit. But they have like a little touching moment where, you know, she's writing on the lantern, "I'll miss you, Daddy," but then, and that she wants to see him again, and then he's like, "Well, don't worry too much about your dad. He gave his life for the future of Wano, so that we could continue to fight, so that, you know, this battle could happen." So with his words, it kind of gives her a little bit to think about. She ends up marking through and saying, "Thank you, Daddy," instead. And then go ahead and setting off her lantern. And then, you know, Tengu-san with his mask, which I kind of wish we had actually seen his face. But it is what it is. But, so he kind of sheds a tear, and, you know, he's kind of proud of her for, you know, changing the message and saying what she said. You know, out of nowhere, we hear someone on an announcement. I'm still trying to figure out who this announcer is. I'm so lost about the announcer. Maybe I missed something when I was reading or whatever. But the announcer, whoever the announcer is at this particular point, he's like, "Yo, the Emperor's down. You know, Luffy has officially won. You know, he's winded and all that stuff. But, you know, he won. We have won the battle. It is over. It's a wrap. It's over." So everybody starts cheering, lifting their swords to the sky, you know, celebrating. Everybody's running around, excited, happy, as they should be. But it's just it's a crazy situation because no one, like, they have people in disbelief, like Apu, which I cannot stand Apu. Man, I really wish they would have just beat the crap out of Apu and knocked him unconscious or whatnot. But Apu's like, "Yo, Straw Hat beat Kaido? What? Are you serious? I'm dreaming. Yo, that's not right. What?" But everybody else is chilling. Everybody, like, we got Law, who's over here chilling with a nice little smile on his face. We got Kid, who's got a smile on his face. You know, he's trying to be tough. And then we also have Denjiro, who's kind of got his cool look where he's kind of posing, but he's excited. He's excited too. But then we got some of the other samurai, Cat Viper and Dog Storm. Excited about over the last 20 years. They've been waiting to go ahead and get this over with. Then got Marco posing, chilling, leaning up against the wall, trying to look like a proud father, knowing he's extremely gassed. Nami, excited. Let's see. But then we almost forget about Chopper and all the work he still has to do because he's taking care of all the casualties. Everybody, I mean, shoot, we still haven't even seen Sanji, and Zoro's not even conscious. So, I'm trying to figure out what's going on, who's gonna get healed first. I'm actually kind of surprised that Usopp is still conscious. But then again, just like Norman, he always runs. But he had a couple good shots while he was there. He helped. Everybody's chilling there and they're enjoying themselves and whatnot. But then we cut back over to Momonosuke, who's still in big dragon form, chilling, kind of catching his breath a little bit. But then he actually reaches out to Zunisha, who we kind of figured was supposed to do a little bit more in regards to this war. How he ends up doing absolutely positively nothing, but just standing there. But again, Momonosuke starts a conversation with him saying, hey, can you hear me? I still have that ability. I can still talk to you. I think I have decided to go ahead and open the borders, but just not yet. So we have that. And of course, Zunisha, who didn't do anything to begin with, he's like, well, you know what? Very well. I'm gonna follow your lead. I'm gonna trust your judgment. We ain't going to stress it too much. Let's go ahead and just chill, have a good time, and work out some structure first, and then we'll go ahead and do what you gotta do. Essentially, the conversation that didn't really happen in the panels, but that was the understood conversation. So, and no, it's not necessarily an earthquake. It's a freaking cannonball that's been shot because of the fodder from Kaido's army is still trying to fight. They're like, man, we ain't giving up. We came to bang, man. Kaido's not done. Y'all tripping. Kaido's not done. I don't know what y'all talking about. I mean, he's the emperor. He's the strongest man ever. He's the strongest emperor to see. He's not done. Y'all tripping. But then they get shut down real quick because Yamato's like, yo, y'all need to chill out because your lives are already spared once. First off, let's not forget that your lives were spared. Because if it hadn't been for Momonosuke over there, Onigashima would have crashed into the land and all y'all would have died. Did you think about that? But you know what? If you still want to go, I got you. You come on with it. Come on with it. I got you. If you still want to go after that, then I got you. I ain't got a problem with smashing some heads. Remember, Kaido is still my father, even though I'm not really happy about that. But Kaido is still my father, and I can smash your head if you want me to. I got you. So, they're like, you know what? I think I'll pass. Then, I think I'll pass. But still, even after that, we're still kind of getting rumblings, something kind of like an earthquake going on, and then we get a real quick flash of Kaido in a magma pool. It's like, what's really going on? And then we have a giant eruption. Let's see. If we do the math, Kaido in a magma pool, big eruption, Kaido and apparently Big Mom, because they're somewhere in the same magma pool, get thrown back out. I kind of doubt they're going to jump back into a fight or anything, but at least we know they're not likely going to die. What that means in the future for them, I don't know, considering Kaido was really set on finding and knowing who Joy Boy was. Some people are going to speculate that he might actually join up with Luffy and see what he does, or maybe not necessarily join up with him, but at least take a back seat and let Luffy do what he does and see what kind of world he actually ends up creating, if he is able to become the king of the pirates and create a new world. So, I mean, that's kind of what's going on about the One Piece world. The fandom is kind of split up on that. Um, but considering he's supposed to be this unbeatable, unkillable monster, there's no real telling about what Oda has planned for him. So we're just gonna have to leave it up to Oda to finally reveal it one day and see what happens. And in a sense, the next panel is freaking frightening to the villagers of the capital, because who shows up but Momonosuke in his dragon form? Why, after all this that has happened, would you decide to show up in your dragon form? Did you not just did you just randomly forget that your enemy had a dragon form? Come on, man. You scared the life out of these people. They are running anywhere and everywhere. They are screaming bloody murder. But of course, you know, he does at least have the common sense. It would be like, hey, chill, everybody. First off, you gotta think about the fact that Kaido was a blue dragon, I'm a penguin. So let's relax, chill. I mean, yeah, I guess maybe I didn't think about the fact that I look like this Joker, but yeah, he's a blue dragon, I'm a pink dragon. I am not Kaido. So y'all chill out. Hold on for a second. We got an announcement to make. Let's relax. So then he finally decides to revert back to his human form, which, of course, this is something that we have not seen ever since he has been his life has been accelerated 20 years to actually be in his adult form. You know, we've been teased about that, but we don't know what he looks like. We don't know what he looks like. So this is kind of interesting. And even so, they still don't even give us a glimpse of what he looks like. Just a silhouette. But then Denjiro comes through and is like, hey, you know what? There's nothing to fear, everybody. I don't have my pompadour no more. That's a long story. We'll get to that in a little bit. But here you go. Here is Komurasaki, as well as the fact that we have a new Shogun of Wano. So here you go. Here she is, and they don't even know who he's talking about, because I mean they just showed Komurasaki, who everybody thought was dead. Apparently not the case. And then, of course, they just introduced Momonosuke being there. Of course, they didn't show him They didn't show him, but Denjiro chilling here with this sneaky looking look on his face. But he's like, "Yo, here's the new Shogun of Wano. Have at it. Have fun." So that's such a tease. We don't know which of the three he's talking about, because of course Komurasaki was actually Momonosuke's sister. So is it going to be her? Is it going to be him? I mean, considering age, he has been accelerated to his late 20s, but he still got the mindset of a kid. Whereas his sister, who now goes by the name of Komurasaki, is like, she's actually experienced and lived throughout these 20 years and is more experienced in what is actually going on. She has a more realistic feel of it as opposed to Momonosuke, who got zapped. He got zapped to the future 20 years, and so realistically speaking, she makes more sense to be the Shogun since she has a more realistic feel on the temperature of what's going on. But they'll probably make him the Shogun. This is pretty much going to be where it leaves off until next week, leaving us in such a cliffhanger. The next week or so of the next few chapters is probably going to be recovery time for the Straw Hats, getting nursed back to health, recovering, kind of partying around the land of Wano like they always do every single time they win a fight. And then, of course, there's also going to be the result of whatever happened with this eruption, where Kaido and Big Mom's body were. Is that going to cause some shifting in the land of Wano? Because if I'm not mistaken, the land of Wano was actually just separated because it was sitting on top of a waterfall. Will this eruption destroy that foundation and lower Wano down to the same level as the rest of the world of One Piece? Or is this just a matter of them spouting Kaido and Big Mom's body back up to land? We shall find out next chapter. Chapter 1000? Chapter 1051. But again, hope y'all appreciated this review. I am going to get out of here. Again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and of course hit that like button because that helps the channel grow. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.